Today is Saturday morning, yay, and finally the weather is starting to feel a little like spring. Yes, it's windy, but the temperatures are up just that little bit more and it makes me feel so good. So I thought, well, what more to celebrate something like that than the scent of roses. It's also February, which means Valentine's is soon. So also that's the connection to the roses, by the way. So I thought today I'll do that crazy thing again, and I'll be using not water, but I will be using rose water to lather up today. Don't know why I'm holding this. So rose water, can you read that? Or is it all in Arabic? Here, rose water, there we go, rose water. Okay, so I have in my cream scuttle, I have 1/2 gram of soap already blooming with 1/2 teaspoon, as in 2.5 mils of rose water. And the soap I'm using today is, of course, what else can it be? Wickhams 1912 English Rose. So you know where this is going now, don't you? Right, so that's the soap I'm using. What razor am I using? I thought I will use my one and only very special Gillette Slim Adjustable. That's a 1962 H3. So that's the one I will be using today. So, and in there I am going to be putting the Gillette 7 o'clock green on its 4th use. So let's get loading. Let's load that. I don't know what it is with these papers, this again. They seem to stick to the blade like heck. Right, I don't want to cut my fingers, so let's load this. It's a twist to open or butterfly opener. It's an adjustable, I've already said that. And I'm going to put this on a 3. I don't need more. It does have an overhang, but there it's closed. Okay, so that's loaded. Now, what brush am I going to be using? I thought we'll just keep the garden thing going, or green thing going, and what fits better with roses and 7 o'clock greens? The little dog brush. Right, now I have to do a sort of a, is it a disclaimer? I'm not sure. Anyway, when I bought this, and I noticed on the picture that I had before, it was a completely wrong picture, because what I ordered was the badger top wooden handle dog. What this thing is definitely an acrylic handle, and this I'm not even sure whether it is. This feels synthetic to me, but I haven't tested it yet. Anyway, just to tell you, I did get my refund from this, so I'm not too bothered about it, except for the disappointment that I didn't get what I actually ordered. But this is a 2nd use only, and as I said, this looks like synthetic to me. It doesn't even look like boar. So I don't know, but we'll give it a go. So considering that I think it's a synthetic, I'm not going to soak it, or I will maybe just for a few seconds. Let me feel. No, this is definitely a synthetic brush, because it takes up water so quickly. And I've just had a hair fall out there, so what I'll do is I'll put this on the side and I'll actually get a lighter and see if it is synthetic. I will try it out and see if it actually is synthetic. I think it is. So let's just shake that out. Right, and let's get lathering. we know already. Drop down, camera view, get my Scuttle. I don't know, you can't really see much. So in here, as I said, I have 0.5 gram of Wickhams 1912. I've just dipped this brush. Let's shake it out again. And in here I have already 1/2 teaspoon of water. Oh, and it's going to clank. I'm sorry for that, guys. I'll try not to clank as much. Maybe I'll switch the sound off. I don't know. But it's okay. It's okay. We're getting there. So, this rose water will also prove now. Rose water is done in with distilled water, right? So, it's been distilled. So we will see what result that has already on the lather. Look at this. Look at that. It is already working. I must say this little brush, despite that it wasn't what I ordered, is working well. I'm not sure it is the best quality because, as I said, the hair's falling out. It shouldn't. But it doesn't matter. I like the little dog. And at some stage I'll just get another knot for it, even though it's not wood, and it doesn't clank like wood either. So there you go. Sometimes you just can't trust what the write-ups are. Beware. So that was 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to put in another 1/2 teaspoon, so we're up to our full teaspoon of rose water. Rose water, by the way, has many fabulous properties. It cleanses, it tightens the skin, as in closes up the pores a bit. It gives you a glow, so it improves the skin in general. It is has anti-aging properties and antibacterial properties as well. So this is actually lathering up super duper, I must say, with little effort, because I'm trying to just stay within the little bottom there, not to clank too much. And it's already come up beautifully. Can you see that? Look at that. Right, and it's working its way well up the brush, as you can see. Let's just add the last 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm to my full 1.5 teaspoons. Up to now, that was the recipe that has always worked with every single soap. No, not really. The Erasmic, I think, with some brushes was that it was too liquid with some. But in general speaking, 1.5 seems to be, for 1/2 gram of soap, the sort of the magic number. I don't know why, but that's how it's turned out to be after experimenting quite a bit. Okay, we have got a superb lather here, I must say. I'm just working it a little bit more, and I'm working it in this funny way so it doesn't clank too much. That's why it's taking a tiny bit longer than usual, because I haven't got the full stirring action here. But I must say this brush works very well in small scuttles, and also would work then well in a cup or a mug. So that's the other reason why I got it, because I only have otherwise the Wilkinson Sword one, which is the smallest. Even the Cicada Familia doesn't really fit into this well. Okay, here we go. That is the lather. Let's do a change. I have a question for you viewers. Do you actually want me to show you the lather every time, or shall I skip this part? Because I'm wondering, I would like to sometimes use the Scuttle as a Scuttle really, with some either cold in the summer or when it's cold days, warm water in it, but then I can't show you the lathering obviously. So leave your comment down below. Let's wet the face. Not the face, my face. There we go. So leave your comments below. Right. Oh, this does smell super nice, even better with the rose water. Just enhances that English rose smell. So you can see this is quite, I think this brush is maybe a medium softness. It's not the softest, so I'd also say maybe a 6 even on the scale. But we'll find out, I'll tell you. Well, I'll write it on the picture once I've tried whether this is synthetic or whether it is actually a bore. If it is a bore, it will work, it'll break in. If it's not, it's never going to get any softer, so we'll see. I'll write that on the picture once I know. But as I said, I bought it more for the handle than the top, really. Now, where have I put my razor? Here. Here we go. Here he is. Right, Goldfinger. Use this one. You know the James Bond film Goldfinger. Actually, it's weird. I know I got a few non-likes on that one. I don't know why. But that was my first James Bond film I saw as a child as well. God, that I was actually too young to watch that. It frightened me a little bit, I must admit. I was maybe, oh, I don't know, what was I? I sneaked in, I remember those days. Those days we didn't have a television, and the cinema was quite a far way to go, so the adults used to get those big heavyweight cameras. I've noticed I haven't put any shaving foam there, lather there. It's big heavyweight cameras with the reels where you put up your sheet or whatever you had in the living room or wherever, and you used to actually play the film reel. And anyway, we had a gathering, I can't even remember, but it was like once a month in the family home. We had a gathering, people came together to watch films, and this was one of those films. I was way too young, as I just said, so I snuck in, and I must have snuck in one of the most frightening action parts. Because as I said, I was maybe, what was I, 7 or so, or maybe even a bit younger. No, I must have been a bit younger, not more than 6 most probably. So that was way too frightening, all those villains. So there you go. That's just a little memory of my childhood. Yeah, and that was a film that, that really put the heebie-jeebies into me. There we go. What a lovely soap this is. It's slick. The Gillette blade is just superb. And the slim razor is one of my favorites. It's just got that really mild feel. It doesn't have the big feedback sound, but it just sits nicely in your hand. Of course, if you're a man, you have bigger hands, you'd most probably like the Fat Boy better than this. But the Slim has just that little bit more of a handle to it. That's why I prefer that. I'm still searching for a Black Beauty 68, 1968 that is. But it has to be a reasonable price. I have seen 67s a few. But at ridiculous prices. And of course, if I have to import them from America, then the price is just going to rocket. So I'd prefer a European person. I passed 2. As you see, this is a bit hard, this brush. Even painting, it's not that superb, because the Wickhams soap is really creamy. I think I'm definitely going to get at some stage a different knot for this. That's why I actually, what do you call it? Actually ordered the Badger thinking it will be softer. Right, second pass. I'll stay on the same level. Because then I can do more passes. I don't need to be aggressive. I'm not in a rush. And I haven't got a beard to shave off. I've got whiskers. Now I have here a sore, but that's not from shaving. I told you that last time and it's still not gone. So I don't know what's happened there, how I got that. One of the best razors. I keep saying that, I know. It's because I've only, well, no, there's a few that are okay, but I don't know. I think if I count up, I might have about 13 razors or 14 razors now. But in the top 5, this is definitely one of those top 5. Yeah, what shall I say? Anyone that's used a Gillette, apart from the Tech, because I had the Tech, I sold that one, I told you, even for me, it wasn't only mild, but I didn't like that short handle, and it was the aluminium Tech, so it was too light for me. That I didn't enjoy that, even though it was a keepsake per se, but I didn't want to just keep it for the sake of keeping. Because I wouldn't have used it. So I thought I'd pass it on to someone that will really enjoy it. Here we go, last pass. I don't want to go over that spot, whatever it is there. too many times, so I'm going to stop right there. This is just fabulous. Wickhams, I must say, you have done a good job with your soaps. And I am looking forward to, once I'm a bit more in budget, to try a few more of your scents. And also, I need to have some space in my cupboard or in my drawer. I only have a drawer for my soaps. But the tubs are a little big. And the samples that I have, well, they are superb. But even the little sample case I have, or the case where all the samples go in, the box, well, actually it's one of these, what do you call this? Like a little jar, like that, is full of samples. Right, let's just, did I wash that off properly? I do not know. Let's do it again. I have still loads of lather left. So you see, 0.5 gram of soap is plenty. It looks so little when it goes into the scuttle, but in actual fact, I think even, let me see. Let's see if I can get, okay, there you go. Now you can see it better. You see all of this? So, I mean, even with a different brush, you would have gotten at least 3 lathers out of that. You know, even people with beards where the lather sticks in. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. People keep asking me about face lathering. Well, if you have a beard, face lathering is fantastic because you got the hair against hair of the brush and you can really rub it in there. But if you haven't got hair per se, then the brush will be really scrubby on your skin, and I have sensitive skin. I do not want to break my blood vessels in my face and look like a tomato. Or even worse, with lots of little zits and dots, then irritation zits and dots. So let's put my trusty Aloe first on. So smooth. The post-shave feel of the Wickhams is actually fantastic. So good, I don't really need to use a cream with any kind of lanolin or something like that in. Use is the word. The quick dry method. So what was I on about the brushes? Did I now tell you or did I not? Oh, my mind's wandered. What was I going to say? I've forgotten. Excuse me, I have forgotten. My mind wandered off. Anyway, if it comes back, I'll tell you. Right, I'm going to be using, as I said, a lightweight lotion today. I'm just going to be using the Aloe Moisturizing Lotion. Yeah, I feel like this one. So, take my glasses off because I'll do my whole face. So it's also quite a neutral scent, the cream, and that will dissipate quite quickly. What have I got here? I have a hair. Oh, did I shave a hair off again? Of course I did. Somehow I managed to do that again. Right. And last but not least, I'll make the most of this beautiful scent And I have here some very special rose essence in this little wooden container. Is a tiny bottle, of pure rose essence, which is not essential oil, it's essence. It's the concentrated distilled petal of the rose. So there's no water added to this at all. This is the pure essence, and it is super strong. And that's why you only get a little thing like this, because that's more than enough. So there you go. Spring, come arrive finally. Please come soon. I'm awaiting you so badly. I want some nice weather, not this dismal, grey, dank crap. So there was my Saturday shave. I hope you've enjoyed some of it. I've had lots of fun, and I'm thinking of you, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.